Dear learners, welcome to this session on phases. In this session, we will be talking about in detail about the various aspects of the phase and the phase diagrams. So, starting with what is called as the phase. The phase is physically distinct, chemically homogeneous, mechanically separable portion of a substance, as well as phase can be separated by a boundary surface from other homogeneous part of the system. So any substance which satisfies these four criteria is called as a phase. What is the example of these? So we will take one example which satisfies all these four criteria. So the example is of ice and the water. So ice and water, are they physically distinct? So yes, we can make a physically differentiation between them, which is ice and which is water. Then are they chemically homogeneous? Yes, they are chemically homogeneous. The composition of ice and water is same. Then whether they are mechanically separable? So yes, they are mechanically separable portion of a substance. Mechanically we can separate ice from the water, and then they can be separated by boundary surface from other homogeneous part of the system. Then phase can be continuous. The example of continuous phase is air in a room is a type of continuous phase. Then discontinuous phase, grain of salt in a shaker is a type of discontinuous phase. A phase can be either solid, liquid or gas or pure substance. So ideally the solid, liquid and the gas are called as the states of matter. So these are the states of matter. Right? Then what is phase? The for change of the phase, to call it as a change of phase, either we need to change the state of matter, state that is from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, or one can change the crystal structure of a substance. Crystal structure of a substance. So the change of either the state or the change of crystal structure can be called as the change of phase. Right? Then phase can be pure substance or solution, provided that the structure and composition are uniform throughout. Then example of the phase. The phase can be a single phase. Example is the water and the ethanol. They form as a single phase as they mix in all proportion. So if we mix the ethanol and the water, they will mix in all proportion, and that's why this is the example of a single phase. Then second is the water and the oil. So we can say that this is oil, whereas this is water. So oil and water, you will observe that there is a distinct boundary between them which separates these two, and that's why such a system is called as a two-phase system. A two-phase system, right? Then equilibrium or phase diagram. So before discussing about what is equilibrium or phase diagram, let me tell you the meaning of equilibrium. So what is the meaning of equilibrium? The meaning of equilibrium means the stable. Stable means the phase characteristics will remain same, constant, stable over a indefinite period of time. That is called as the equilibrium state or the phase diagram. Just we have discussed about the phase. Phase is a physically distinct, chemically homogeneous, and mechanically separable portion of a substance under consideration. That is called as the phase. Whereas what is phase diagram? The phase diagram is a graphical representation of natural tendencies of the material system. That is called as the phase diagram. So equilibrium or the phase diagrams are the diagrams which indicate the phases existing in the system at any temperature and composition. The equilibrium diagram is a graphical representation of the natural tendencies of the material system. Just we have discussed, assuming that the equilibrium has been attained for the specific conditions. Then what is the use of equilibrium diagrams or the phase diagrams? The phase diagrams are used to find out amount of phases existing in a given alloy with their composition at any temperature. So if you have to determine the composition of any alloy at any given condition of temperature, one has to go for the phase diagram. So this is the necessity. Why one has to study the phase diagrams or the equilibrium diagrams. Then substitutional solid solutions. So we need to know some key very important terms to understand the further terms in our course. Out of that, the very important one is the substitutional solid solution. Now here you can observe, if suppose this is the matrix of the silver atoms, matrix of pure silver. We know that the pure silver is very soft in nature, it is too gummy, so that it would be difficult to manufacture the ornaments from pure silver. So what has to be done? We need to make it hard so that the shape retention would be possible. Okay, and that's why we have to make it hard. To make it hard, what can be done? We will substitute one of the silver atom by the copper atom. So as the silver atom is being substituted by the copper atom, such a type of solid solution is called as the substitutional solid solution. Right? So this is all the same that I have explained. The solute atom can substitute at random for any matrix atoms, but the relative arrangement of all the atoms is not necessarily statistically disordered. Then interstitial solid solutions. And here you can observe, if suppose this is the matrix of iron, matrix of pure iron. Right? We know the limitations of pure iron. The pure iron, it gets corrode easily. So corrosion is the main problem with the pure iron. Then it has the low strength, and that's why one cannot use the pure iron for the structural work. So to improve its strength and to make it corrosion resistant, we need to convert this pure iron to the steel. So how can the steel forms? The steel will form when the carbon atom is when the carbon is added to the matrix of the ion. But how this addition is possible? If we microscopically compare the diameter of the iron atom to that with the diameter of the carbon atom, you will find that the diameter of the carbon atom is very small, so that it can fit into the void space or the interstitial space, that is the space between these four atoms of the ion, that is this space, and this is the carbon atom. That's why such a type of solid solution is called as interstitial solid solution. In forming an interstitial solid solution, the solute atoms are accommodated in the interstices, that is interatomic spaces of the crystal lattice of the solvent. The solute atoms do not occupy any interstices, but only those interatomic spaces where there is a more free space. So the solute atom do not occupy any interstices, but only those interstices, interatomic spaces where there is more free space. Right? So this steel, the formation of the steel takes place by the interstitial solid solution. Right? So this is all about this session. In the next session, we will be talking about the allotropy and the polymorphism in detail. Thank you for joining this session.